All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's a quick sneak preview of the deck list we're playing. There will be a comprehensive breakdown at the end. Deck list is in the description below if you guys want to check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Let's see. We're going first. Do we like this hand? Not really. We're going to mulligan that. That's a pretty good hand. I'm not looking for E-Luna yet. I'm actually just looking for the Jewelry Bonnie. Or not Jewelry Bonnie. I'm looking for the 3-cost Nami. We don't find it. We find one of these. We're going to lose a bunch of our stuff to the bottom of the deck. So we're going to be in top deck mode for a minute. That's fine. I don't know if this is a match where the 9-cost Zoro is really going to come up, but it's fun if it does. So here's a match where I do want to see some Electric Lunas, though. He finds the secret Luffy with his Shura. We say that's fine. Attack 6, see if they want to give me a card. I think I am going to play this. Yeah, they don't find anything super surprising. I think the Usopp's probably the pick here. Yeah. Because then we can go this next turn, this into this on the follow-up. This can go up like that. And we'll just pass. See if he wants to punch big at me. So this is what our curve currently looks like. It's going to be this, into this, into this. It's unfortunate we missed our 3-cost Nami, though. I do like having that extra Dawn. I like it when they play 2Ks. That makes me happy. Looking for a top 3. They're going to look for a Sky Island card. Reveal and draw. Satori. Just another 2K. They went 2K for 2K there. Not particularly helpful for them. They can attack me for 8, which I would take. Nope. No trigger. There you are, you little stinker. You're a little late. Gives me a 2K. That's fine. Get it on back. This is going to be the secret Luffy turn. So I'm going to have to deal with like a 6-7. I will get out of both of those. Oh, no, they play the Wiper. That I care much less about. Oh, that's nice to have on the top of their life. We love seeing that on the top of their life. No trigger, and it's a brick. So they actually can't hit me this turn. Yeah, you've left yourself completely. You've done nothing. You could have given an arrested card here, though. Well, this turn we already know, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a 6 and a 7, Adam. Gives us another 2K. Man, this guy has just seen nothing but 2Ks this game. So sad we didn't get this on curve, because like playing it makes such a big difference early. Just being able to pressure 7-7-7 at him. So because we missed this, I have lost out on 3 7K attacks. We get 3 of our Dawn back up. They're going to play a Sky Island Luffy, I would imagine, here. There he is. Now it's going to start getting scary, because they could go like 7-7-7 at me, and I don't have the Dawn to deal with that. I'm going to have to play very carefully, or I could lose this. So now I have to deal with like a 7-8. Take it. I don't want to lose this. This is far more important than my lives, especially considering how healthy I am. Yeah, I thought you might pivot. You're not getting this, and now you can't get anything. Yeah. You got the 1 life. I was willing to let you have it. You could have pressured a card out of my hand if they gone all in at life, recognizing they could never take this. But that's okay. Sometimes our opponents just don't understand how much math they have to do. You just need to keep hammering at the lowest cost thing on our board until we've expended all of our Dawn. That's a learning thing, and, you know, not enough people play this deck for a lot of people to be really used to it. We have a nice big hand, though. So now we could start pressuring board here, I feel. We are at 9. I can't play the Zoro this turn. We'll take the Luna, I think. Yeah, they can go back like that. We don't need to pressure a ton. Play that. And now, because they've gone so light at us, 6, 6. I'm getting 5 Dawn back, so I can use all my Dawn. Yup. Nine. Double attack, see if I can drop him to 1. You should want to give me 2 cards out of that. That's the event that I've been... Yeah, I was like, I know you've been sitting on it, but I want to make sure you give it to me. Seven here. See if they just want to take it. I just am playing around triggers at this point. Because their leader effect doesn't activate triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I'm set up to take a Zoro turn. They lost the Wiper, which is not good for them. And when I am now sitting on the biggest flexible hand I could possibly want. I've got a blocker, I've got an unblockable, I've got 2 Ks, and I've got a Luna, a Zoro, and a Charleston. I can play ultra aggro, I can play defense, I can hold down their board, and my board is big. So, there's the Luffy's. Okay, so now it's a Luna turn next turn. Because our board's super flexible, we'll just be able to do that. And because they're all just 7s, I can get out of all their attacks. I'm not like other leaders, sir. I'm different. It's so funny, too. So 7... Here, we'll just do this. Watch this. 1, no blocker. Nami. So there's my 2 7s. Yep. I'll get out of the other 7, and I gotta give you 1 more card out of hand. If I choose to. Do I want a card out of hand? Yeah, it's probably worth having the lives. I'll give you this Tashiki, I think. It's so funny. Just full board swing, and I'm just going to say, no, you lose. So the game is pretty much over. Do we want to develop another guy, or should I just try and kill him? I mean, they're so little. 3 is always going to be in reserve. So I'm going to go like, they've used so many 2Ks. That's for my Luna. That needs to stay. Sorry about this guy. You just stand no prayer. He finds a wiper. That's a cool story. 7. Six. I recognize I can just go after him and just do math, but, you know. GG, my man. So they had one slight play mistake in there, but other than that, like, they just didn't have a chance. Electric Luna as a trigger is really funny because it says just rest anything, rest one of your opponent's characters. Oh man, we were looking for another Luna, but yeah, they had no prayer there. This Charleston was going to make it so we never died. This could make it so we could drop any blockers they played and keep us alive. 2 Lunas made, so these were not good. This is an insane card against almost every leader except us. Red, green Luffy just does not care about this guy's effects. Charleston is a really cool card, and it's, it's what keeps us from dying. But as you can see, we don't have to deploy it for a really long time. It's like the last thing we do. So like I can just get out of all their swings before I choose to use it. And like if we have to get out of one swing at the end, that's fine. But that's why we stayed so healthy in our life pool. Like I could have taken it, but I gave a couple extra cards there. So this guy just isn't a threat, unfortunately. Really cool leader. Really cool card lists. I didn't know they were on the Enel now, though. I don't know if that's common. Everything else, pretty textbook. Let me know what I did right. Let me know what I did wrong. What leaders do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see other leaders? Have me pilot other leaders? Do you want to see me fight other leaders with RG? What are some matchups you guys want to see? I really would be really grateful if you guys would tell me what matchups you want to see, because then I could focus on that and make some content that you guys really do want to see. I'm here for you. Tell me what you want. I'm okay with playing pretty much any leader, regardless of what color it is. But I think that's all I got for you. So I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another round of One Piece. We're going against Boa Hancock. We chose to go first. I like this hand pretty much, so I think I'm going to keep it. No search, unfortunately. Let's see if they set up the top of their life. They do not. No setup for them. Deploy this. Attack 7. They're going to take a course, trigger out a body. Ooh, that's actually worse for them. Okay, they get out a Gorgon Sister, which is not the end of the world. It's annoying, though. I will probably have to try and remove that card. But I like the Gorgon Sisters just because it does tell me a ton of what's in their hand. Gonna be on 5 next turn. I'm gonna take one of these hits for sure. You do have a Luna. That is too light of an attack. Do I take that one? I feel like I do. I want the cards that I have in my hand. I am looking for a Sanji. Not a Sanji, but an Usopp. That's pretty good too. Oh no. They put Perona in here. Like the Doom song just started playing in my head. And they don't have anything under leader. Oh, guys. Don't put yellow thriller bark in everything. It's not the answer. I'm going heavy at this right now because I want multiple 2Ks out of their hand. And I'm going to get 2 back. No, you don't have a Dawn under leader. I have no reason not to go after your guys. No Dawn under leader makes it just punishing. I just got 3 cards out of their hand for that. There's the Sanjay we were looking for. I have to get out of what? Like a 5/6/6? No. So we give up a Robin. You put that last one under there. I think I have to give up this. Sure, rest with the cost of 4 or less. They can get the Perona back out off itself. Let's see. So this cost me 3. So this cost me 3. That leaves me 4. I could play this. I'll get 3 back at the end of the turn. 2 under my leader. Yeah, that's probably fine. We're gonna get this out here because we do not want to get blown out by Gravity Blade. Yeah, you're so low on hand size. And they're missing all their triggers off of their, because I can remove these, but next turn my Luna is just going to end this game. Their whole board's tiny, and I've got 3 large Crusher bodies, and they're not even at 9 Dawn yet. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not put Thriller Bark in this engine. It does not belong here. Because her leader effect, which will burn me if I KO their Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates, doesn't work for any of this. Oh, man. Okay, they heal, which is good for them. They need to. I'm going to develop another Sanji next turn. Heck, I can't. I don't have the Dawn to develop both of these. And they're not activating Gorgon Sisters, which tells me their hand is flooded with more Thriller Bark type characters. Yeah, I'll defend it as long as I can. I mean, you'll get it with the last swing. No, I understand. You go 7 at my 5. You'll kill him. That's fine. But now your whole board is just in massive danger. Means I'm only get 2 back this turn. So 3 for that. 3 here, 2, yeah. We're going to punch in twice before I touch him, because they're playing Thriller Bark, a lot of this stuff comes out rested. You want to play it? Okay. They get 2 attacks, and I've got 10k counter up at the smallest body they can attack is a 7. Boa. Boa. Okay. Now they can't touch it. This has to go under here, or I will start clearing their board. If they leave it up, that tells me it's an event, but that means I can just clear probably both of these. Let's see if we can find a Luna. No Luna. I might just take the blocker here. Okay, so we didn't see a Luna. So let's start seeing what they have. 7? I could clear this. Can I just kill them? Like, it's totally possible, right? 7 connects, leader connects, and then I kill him with Robin. We'll see how the board develops when I just start wailing on them. Okay, there they go. Now they gotta trash 2 cards out of hand. And trash some cards. So if I assume those are both 2Ks, that's 9. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 9, 10? That probably kills them. Ah, they saw the problem as well. Okay, so they got a random card. Is it a blocker? You need to make it so this can't attack. Yeah, I was like, I will kill you if you do anything else. Now what do we do, ladies and gentlemen? Now what do we do? They got pretty lucky. They got very, very lucky to just not die there. They had to get out of both of these attacks because I was just going to kill them. See what they got, though. They got a huge board. Sure, I'll go of a 5. The burn. Well, now you made it so I have to get out of straight numbers. Can I get out of this? Yes, I can, ladies and gentlemen, because I can get out of 1 here. I can get out of 2 for the Kuma. 1 and 1. Actually, don't even need to give him this, because I have to get out of 5, 8. Yeah, they don't have to give. I don't have to actually give him a card here. I don't have to give you anything. Thriller Bark. What are you doing? What are you doing, Thriller Bark? Always attack characters first, because You'll Frighten Me can stop one of our characters. I don't think they have it, though. Good. So a straight up 5 will now connect. And then a 17. Game over, boss. There's nothing in the world that could save you off this board state. Yeah. GG, my man. Yeah, play. Yeah, you don't have enough Kuja Pirates in this list. I guess it's just a character 6,000 power more, 6,000 power less, and a trigger, but like oh gosh, I can't tell you how sad it is to see. I affectionately refer to it as yellow slop because everybody in the world seems to think that you can just put the Thriller Bark package in any yellow leader and it'll work fine. Boa is dangerous because her board is unremovable without burning yourself to death. If you distort that, it becomes much easier to deal with. They did have a Gravity Blade, so I'm really glad I played that Boa or Robin when I did. We don't like losing to that card. We like telling them no. I'm gonna keep my board. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? Am I wrong about the yellow leaders? Yellow's not my personal favorite color, but like it's just sad to see it one package trying to be forced into everything. It's just not there. Maybe I should go try and put yellow into Yamato. Maybe that's the answer. It's not, but it'd be funny. All right. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next one. Sorry for the rant. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another game of One Piece. We're going against Yamato. I've been putting out some videos using Yamato as my leader. I'm really curious. I'm going to get rid of his hand just because I don't need either of these. They don't KO our stuff, and we're not setting up at 9 costs. Okay, I guess it's going to be one of them games. I hope we see some Charlestons. You rest your head of 20 at the top button. One carrot of 20 your leader gains plus 3,000 power during this turn. We're going to attack 6 in. I'm going to leave up this. They're going to attack us very hard next turn. I don't need to do anything because my next turn is going to be these. So I'm going to just say, hey, if you want to get in, you have to attack me for 10k. Okay. 8, 9, 10. 9, 10. Dang it. They attack for exactly enough. Because this gets to 9, this gets to 10. Sure. Oh, we lose 2 of our guys. 1 turn late there, boss. Let's remove this. I don't need that happening again. Yamato. Still on the Land of Wano package. They're behind the times. I have completed this build. Go check out my video where I play Straw Hats with Yamato. Yeah, you're not gonna make it through. 9 gets you a 1. 8 gets you nothing. No, Yamato, use your big brain. Force me to give you cards. Oh, you want to go 5 at me? Oh, you gotta go 6. No. Remove that. I know how useful this thing is as a bounce target. I'm not letting it stick around. Oh, come on! That's the one thing I did not want it to be. Yamato! It's fine. Got 9k. I got 2, 4, 6, I got 8k counter. I would like to have had 10, but you messed it up. Yep, okay. Unfortunately, our opponent does not know the golden rule when fighting an RG Luffy. Come on, buddy. You need to attack my lead. Attack lead. Always attack lead. You do not ever go after the board. So what? Play this next turn. We're on 7. We're gonna be at 9 next turn. So one of these. One of these. Fair enough. I can get out of it, but that leaves me vulnerable to this nonsense, so I guess I have to take this one. Alright, game. Guess we kill this next turn. Just wanted to see if I would misclick. I'm not gonna. Ooh, that's really helpful to see. Thank you, game. I'd love to see, you know, anything with counter on it at all. So 3 leaves me with, what, 5? Of course. Do I deploy the double attack? I guess I do. Use me with a 7/7 swing, basically. I'm gonna go 8 into your 7, I guess. I could go here and have no life, but that doesn't seem like a good idea. Also, a electric Luna would be really helpful. I've seen none of it this game. Seeing all 4 of our Luffys and 4 of our Sanjis in our searches. Come on, game. I almost probably should have just done this. No, I wouldn't have had enough Dawn left. Nope, that was correct. Develop a little body, get a Dawn back. It's fine. Next turn we'll develop 2 of them. Maybe I'll try and kill them, though. I mean, they're low. Seems like a classic build of this. 2s. I've seen a lot of their 2Ks. 3 out of that. Dead Man's Game. If you double Dead Man's Game me, I might just die. Please don't have 2 of those. If you've got double Dead Man's Game, I will just... Okay, they don't have it. Oof. Ooh, I got nervous for a second, ladies and gentlemen. So I can go 7 plus 4 is 11? Sure. No. No, you may not. That would be all 3 of them? Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, a blocker. A blocker's fine. Mm-hmm. We almost died, ladies and gentlemen. That was scary. Attack 7, that's 2 cards. 7 would be another 2 cards. I think they just die here. Yeah. And death. GG, my man. So that is Classic Yamato, the less good version. Still on the Hody Jones, on a flame split. 4 or less. Yeah, well, that wasn't doing you any good. Hody was pretty good there, though. Yeah, is what it is. They tried their best. Not the build I recommend anymore. I will say I'm so happy with the last video I put out for Yamato. That build makes me so happy. The Straw Hat Luffy build is just so good. Let me know what you guys think, though. They tried their best, but it's a hard matchup for them. I might have to try it with my new build, though, if I could find a good red-green Luffy to go into. Because we're so aggressive now, and because we've got so many characters, it could be pretty tough. Maybe that's something I try next, but maybe not for a bit, though. I need to put out some RG Luffy videos. You guys have seen a fair bit of Yamato and Vivi and the other leaders that I've been messing around with. Let me know what you think. What I get right, what I get wrong. Did I misplay? Did our opponent misplay? They misplayed once. I think they went into our board once, but you should always go with the leader. But I think that was about it. So I think that's all I got for you. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for tuning in. As always, good luck and good games. See you later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the deck list that we ran today. RG Luffy from OP13. We're going to do a quick run through. I played this deck a lot, so there's a lot of videos on why I make the decisions I do, but we're going to make a quick run through. I'm a 5,000 attack, 4 life leader with a Dawn ×1. On your opponent's attack, if I have 5 or less Dawn standing, I can arrest any number of those Dawn cards, and up to one of my leader or Straw Hat 2 crew type characters gains plus 2,000 power for that each Dawn card that I arrest by the effect. That is a when they attack effect, so I have to do that and then choose to block. I cannot do anything in the opposite order. I also can't activate events and then go back and try and use that event. So don't let people do that to you, because sometimes people get confused when they're playing in paper, and that has happened. I've seen it. Don't let that happen. We are playing 3 copies of Jewelry Bonnie, a 1-cost, 2K, 1K counter Searcher. It is a new EBO 4 card. It just lets us look at the top 4 and find a Straw Hat crew type card. So it lets us search both our events and our characters. Pretty darn good. But we're running 4 GARPs, which is a 1 2K attack, 1K counter. If our leader is Monkey D. Luffy, which it is, we get to look at the top 4 and find a cost 3 or more and add it to our hand. The reason we are playing 4 and 3 is because that is the number of searchers I could fit in the list the way I like, and Electric Luna is just that good. It also makes it so that we can find stuff like our Tashigis and everything else. Everything in our deck is searchable except for, I believe, the Charleston is the only non-searchable target in the entire deck. But we got 4 of our 2-cost 3K, 2K counter Sanjis. It's a select up to one of our Straw Hat crew type characters with 6,000 power or more. If the selected character attacks during this turn, your opponent cannot activate blocker, so it's just an unblockable. And it's a good 2K counter. We like having 2Ks. The whole deck basically generates 2Ks on its own, but we want to make sure we do have some in hand just to make their math a little harder. I run more than most, but you never know what you're going to see out there. This is my tech choice of the 3-cost 1,000 attack 1K counter Nami. Activate main, I can give up to 2 Rested Dawn to up to one of our Straw Hat crew type characters or leaders. I like this over any of the 1-cost guys that puts 1 Dawn under, because 7 is such a powerful number. Attacking for 7 for 3 or 4 turns before this card gets replaced is a massive difference than attacking for 6. I will tell you right now. You want to be able to put 2 of those rested, because all of our characters play for essentially what equates to 2 Dawn. They restand enough of their own Dawn that 2 is what they actually cost. With a couple of exceptions, but there's that. The last red card in the list is, of course, the new EVO for Roanoa Zoro, a 7-cost 9k brick. On play, your leader gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase, so our leader becomes a 7k, which is kind of gross with our effects, but that means we need to make sure that our board isn't going to get wiped out, because as soon as our leader becomes a 7k, all they do is say, their board's 7k or smaller, I'm going to go after that. So just keep that in mind. It also has an activate main of once per turn. If your opponent has a character with 8,000 power or more, this character gains rush on characters during this turn. So he's character rush, pseudo attacker. Just got to make sure that you use this before that character is removed, because it does happen. Make sure you get your swings out of him while you can. He does require some setup, though, I will say that, before we jump too far forward. As a 7 Dawn investment, that's pretty steep for this deck, because it does not restand at any Dawn like any of the other guys, so make sure that you have the setup for it and don't just die, like if you play it on like a 9 Dawn turn, because 1 Dawn still has to go under leader, and if you don't have the Nami to get the rested under there, you are looking at like 1 Dawn up, and that's not enough, even if you are a 7k lead. And then Tashigi, 2 copies. It's a 3/4 2k counter. If you have a green character other than Tashigi that would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest this character instead. So it doesn't cover our red characters, which is unfortunate. That's why it's a 2 of, and not a 4 of. I've thought about replacing it with Laboon, but Laboon is not searchable in this deck. Because this is a 3 cost, it is searchable by Garp, which is why I run it over the Laboons. And just in case you guys were wondering which ones we're talking about, I will pop those up for us real quick. He is a new guy, and I've seen a lot of people running him. They play him over even the Robin, which I disagree with. A 1-cost 2k counter. If you have a character with a base power of 7,000 or less that would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest 2 of your cards instead. I don't like this effect because it's usually either resting itself in a Dawn or 2 of my Dawn cards, which means I just lost 4k counter. I do not like that. And if he rests himself, he's going to get removed immediately, because why wouldn't they? Which means I just lost a 2k counter and 2k counter out of my leader effect. And I can't protect him because he's not a Straw Hat crew. So that is a bummer. I don't like it. I don't know why people play it. It's nice that you can play it for 1, but if you're investing in keeping your entire board around for the entire game, 3 is acceptable. And then Nico Robin, a 3-cost 4k 1k counter. Once per turn, if your Straw Hat crew type character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest 1 Dawn card instead. She is vastly superior anti-removal to anything else, the Laboon and the Tashigi included. Resting 1 Dawn is fine. And even if you have to make sure, if your opponent starts attacking you and they still have like 7 Dawn up, which is Gravity Blade territory, I will just let that last attack hit, or I will counter out of hand. I'm more comfortable with that than getting 2 of my cards erased. I want to be able to keep my board around, and against blue decks in particular, it matters a lot. Lucy, Nami, Ace, anybody that's going to try and Boa, anybody that's going to try and bottom deck or berry pistol any of my board, this is the MVP, because I don't want my board erased because we don't have the draw power to replace it. All right, I think I've harped on that enough. 4 of my 4-cost 4k, 5k attack, 1k counter, Usopp's end of your turn. If your leader has the Film or Straw Hat crew types, up to 2 of your Dawn cards is active. This is an unbelievable card. Getting 2 Dawn back at the end of every turn is insane. He is little, though. He's the same size as your leader, and you don't get the option to take a life if you run out of counter. So you'll actually see a lot of the times I choose just to not attack with him if I don't think I'm going to be able to defend him. If they have a huge board and I'm sitting on like 3 life, I'm not going to attack with him. I'm just going to say, okay, he's just going to sit here and generate me 4k counter for 2 or 3 turns before I decide I'm going to start poking in with him. Or if my board just gets really big, then I'm like, okay, I can afford to let this go. But that's good enough. And then we're playing 4 of the 4-cost, 2k attack, 1k counter Nami. This card is insane. Hits a blocker. On play, it rests up to 2 of our opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or less, then up to 5, sets 5 of our Dawn cards active at the end of the turn. It's a 4-cost that restands 5, so you can play this and a Searcher and get all the Dawn back you spent for the turn, and it rests 2 of their guys, and that's all their blockers except for like the 10-cost Newgate blocker and the 10-cost Luffy blocker. Everything else going down. And then we've got 4 of our 5-cost 7k bricks in Sanji. On play, set up 2 of your Dawn cards as active. And end of our turn, or if our leader has the Straw Hat Crew type, it sets 1 of our Dawn as active at the end of every turn. So like I was saying, it costs 5, but it restands 2, so it plays essentially for 3, and then 1 comes at the end of the turn. So that's actually only really 2, which is why this Nami is so good. Because this also does that. A 6-cost 7k in Monkey D. Luffy with double attack. On play, because our leader's multicolored, we set up 4 of our Dawn cards active, then I can't play a character with a base cost of 5 or more. Which means I paid 6, restood 4, I only got 2 that didn't come back. Those 2 with this Nami are going back under my leader, which makes me ultra efficient. It's just so good. And then Roanoa Zoro, a 9-cost 9k brick. I am running 2 of him. When attacking, once per turn, I can set this character as active by resting 1 Dawn. Or I can do an activate main of resting 2 Dawn and set him back as active. So he's a triple attacker. He just requires setup like nothing else. So some games are just too fast where I don't have the time to set for him. But against any of the control decks, this is your win condition. Anybody who's trying to say, okay, I'm going to drag this game out for a really long time, and I'm going to make sure that I'm sitting at a healthy life total and they're not pressuring us really hard. We're going to say, okay, we're going to set up like a Usopp or 2 and a Sanji or 2. And then I'm just going to drop my 9-cost Zoro and say, okay, you got to kill me now or next turn I'm coming for you. That's why these are so good, because we just say, okay, I'm going to pair that with my 9-cost and I'm going to put like a Dawn or 2 here. I'm going to attack you for 11 3 times, unblockable. Let's see how you handle that. Outside of Red-Green Luffy, not a lot of decks handle that very well. So, yeah. That's how you win control games. This is how you win aggro matchups. This is how you win control games. So you just know which matchups these are right to play in, because it matters really a lot. You just need to know which one's right for which. And then the Demon Aura Dead Man's Game. You may rest 3 of your Dawn cards, rest up to 2 of our opponent's characters and or Dawn. Your leader gains plus 3,000 power during this battle as a counter. So it's just a 1k in hand, really, because, you know, all of our Dawn count is 2k. So it's a 1k in hand. But it drops all those 10 costs that we were worried about earlier. Or Dawn. We really don't like all those nasty counter events forever, especially slow beam. So we still run the one of this. I've considered taking it out, but it's still just so useful that we're just fine with that. We're running 4 of the Charlestons, which is the only unsearchable target in the deck, and it is insane. A 2-cost event, counter up to 1 of your leader or character's gains plus 4,000 power. Then you may discard a card. If you did, set 3 of your Dawn cards as active. So what this essentially does is it says, okay, 2 of the cards in my hand became 2k counters, because it's a 4,000 counter, because it sets 3 Dawn as active, and it introduces another 2k that they didn't account for. Because they've got 4k out of hand, 3k back out of our Dawn event, out of our Dawn leader ability, which means we've just introduced an extra 2k into the mix that wasn't calced out of our hand or our leader ability. It throws another one into the mix that they just couldn't account for. And the more Charlestons you have, the harder this is going to be for your opponent. It is brutal. So it's just really, really good, in case you were wondering. And then we've got 4 of our 3-cost events in Electric Luna. This card just destroys the current metagame. Main, all of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 7 or less do not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. Everything's trying to go wide right now. Everything. This stops all of Lucy's blockers and their Cavendishes. This stops all of the Sky Island Luffys, 7 cost Robins, their Secret Luffys, their Sky Zoros. This stops Boa's entire game plan outside of their 9-cost Boas. This stops just everything you could possibly want. And it's got an insane trigger. Trigger rests with one of your opponent's characters. No cost restriction, no attack restriction, just one of their characters. Just, you know, if this pops up in our life, we're just going to knock something down. Sorry. So there's that. And unlike most decks, we get to run Luna and Nami. So Nami, we can play for 4 Dawn, and we can play this for 3 Dawn, which means at 8 Dawn, I can put a Dawn underneath my leader, play out this Nami, rest 2 of the blockers, and then freeze what I just rested. Probably 2 of the guys they attacked us with last turn, and 2 of their blockers, which means 4 of their guys don't get to attack us now for a turn. And they don't get to defend them for the second turn. It just gets way out of hand. RG is so powerful right now. I just can't even tell you guys. I'm really happy with the list. If you guys want to see something else, if you want me to make like a mid-game rush build or something, I will. But, you know, I don't have any issues with this list. This wins a lot. But I think that's all I got for you guys. So if you do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I love hearing from you guys. It's been really cool to get to see all the comments of you guys and what you're seeing and playing in the current meta. I really like hearing from you guys, and it's really cool to see you guys supporting and the numbers slowly increasing. I'm stoked to see that you guys actually like watching this, so appreciate that. But I think that's all I got. So as always, good games, good luck, and have a wonderful day.